Welcome to Atomic Cricket Podcast. This is the fourth episode of the series Know the Name MS Dhoni. I'm Chirunandan Srinath, your host. I'm joined with Vijay Lokapally sir and our co-host Maitreya. So on this episode, we go back to the early stages of MS Dhoni's career, that 148 versus Pakistan. For us as kids, we loved that innings because that's versus Pakistan, and also that it was the start that launched him, into a wonderful captain, a wonderful player for the Indian cricket team. So we'll go back to that match, sir. Sir, it was like Ganguly promoted him to bat at number three. The four matches he played previously, he had low scores, and the Ganguly, how much confidence did he have in this youngster Dhoni, who was then youngster, and then he comes out to bat at number three, and then 148 comes and hits.
Correct. In fact, you have said it correctly that he was backed by Saurav Ganguly because Ganguly had watched him, had heard about him, had watched him play those games in the zone, East Zone. That's where they both came from, and he used to talk. He used to discuss that this boy coming wicket-keeper batsman. He looks very different. He looks very aggressive, and he has this amazing ability to play shots because Dhoni had gone and played a tournament for A teams in Harare, Nairobi. So that is where he had made an impression with this six hitting ability because he could hit a six at will. And that was one quality. It helped him later in the years. If suppose if he had there would be occasions when he would have scored of the first three balls, then suddenly he would play a big shot to maintain the average. So that is what Dhoni was known for. And like you said, yes, he had a very modest debut against Bangladesh in Bangladesh. On debut, he was out first ball, and then he made 12, and then 7 not out. They were not scores which were going to help him maintain a place in the squad. And then if you see, he was batting at number 7 till then. It was not easy against Pakistan. Also, the first innings he played was at Kochi, and he made only 3. So, which means when he traveled to Vishakhapatnam, there was this threat of Dhoni losing his place in the team because he had failed in 4 matches in a row, and he was not very that well known for his wicket keeping because he was more of a batsman who was able to keep his place on the basis of runs he was going to score. But this was tremendous pressure when he was asked to go at number 3. And generally, the number 3 slot you keep for your best batsman. But Saurav Ganguly was convinced that Dhoni was the best batsman in that team. So he pushed him to number 3 and just see how he responded. How much do you remember of the innings, both of you? Do you remember much? No.
No.
No. So he knew that if he failed, it could have meant it could have taken his place away from the team. So he was basically batting to save his career. He was there as a wicketkeeper batsman, and when he scored that 100, in the process he became a specialist wicketkeeper, first specialist wicketkeeper from India to have hit a ODI 100. So I'm very happy that the credit went to Dhoni because he deserved the honor most for his contribution to the team, and the very fact that this was in the beginning of his career. It was a make or break situation for him, and that is why Vishakhapatnam is a very, very is a city, is a place, is a venue very close to his heart, and we can understand why. I mean, he established himself that day when he walked into bat after Sachin Tendulkar was run out. It was very challenging because he is going in to replace the best batsman in the world. That was Tendulkar. So imagine the kind of pressure Dhoni must have felt, and but he was quick to get into his rhythm, quick to get into playing the shots which he loves so much, and he played almost every shot in the book. There were a couple of times he got a reprieve, but then when you take chances, you give chances. So that is what Dhoni was doing, but he was all the time playing to win the game for India, and ultimately, if you see, his contribution was made all the difference. All made all the difference.
Yes, sir. So we shall now talk about the match summary. So India won the toss and elected to bat first, and then Sehwag was on fire from the beginning in that match, but Sachin got out. So that time MS Dhoni walked into the arena knowing he was under a lot of pressure. The past 5 matches that he had played, he had hit only 22 runs. So it was a lot of pressure for him to handle, and still he walked out there. He came at number 3. So and then he played a really good innings, 148 of 123. He had a strike rate of 120. So that innings put India to a total of 356. So and then the Pakistan, when they chased down, they came to 298, but they couldn't make it. So this innings helped India to put a really good score so that Pakistan couldn't come near the total. And it was also the innings that cemented Dhoni's position in the ODI side. So with this innings, we have learned that either he can bat at any position, Dhoni. As a finisher, he can bat. He can come at number 4, he can bat. At number 3, he can bat. Stay a test match, he can do it. So every position he can do it in the Indian cricket. For the Indian team, he can play as a match saver or a match finisher. So anywhere Dhoni can be a player. So this match shows us that he was a really flexible player. So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yes, you have said it very beautifully. Flexible player, somebody who could adapt to one day. Then, of course, Test match is the ultimate cricket. And then in later years, he was able to play T20. He understood the T20 game so very well. At no point you would find Dhoni flustered on the pitch, wondering what to do next. But he was in a very comfortable position as a T20 player, one day player, and of course, Test player also. It was not, we should not undermine his contribution as a Test cricketer. But here, when he goes in, he just imagine the scenario. Tendulkar is walking out, Dhoni is going in against arch rivals. Pakistan doesn't want to lose to India, and India doesn't want to lose to Pakistan. So this great rivalry was there for Dhoni to exploit, and I think he gained from it. The very fact that he was able to play a big innings in the beginning of his career against the most dreaded team as far as India is concerned, or maybe a team which it loves to beat. And that day, Dhoni, with the kind of innings he played, he ensured that Pakistan's morale was down. He went after Shahid Afridi, hitting him for some amazingly robust shots, which went yards beyond the boundary when it was landing on the tent or into the stand. So Dhoni enjoyed his battle with Pakistan, and it also helped him, like you said in the beginning, cement his place. So it was the purpose of Dhoni to cement his place, because he looked so relieved if you watch when he got to his 50, because he was now assured that he will not be able to. They won't drop him. Even though selectors were saying they were not going to drop him, they were going to give him more chances because he was considered a special talent. And that day, he accepted the challenge, the way he batted. aggressively, sensibly also. It was not that he was trying to hit every ball. He was stepping out to even the medium pacers, and that is what was hurting the ego of the Pakistan bowlers. For them, they were not used to batsmen coming out of the crease and playing them, but that's what he was doing regularly. Um, Good that day, that afternoon, he got those runs because if he had failed, you never know. Even though selectors were saying that they would have dropped him, but you never know. Indian cricket may have lost Dhoni because so much of talent was coming up in wicketkeeper batsman list of players in India. So I'm happy Dhoni played that fabulous innings, which ensured that he continued to play for the team in the years to come.
Well, this is our episode number 4 of the series Know the Name MS Dhoni. Check out our other episodes too.